The Ukrainian Armed Forces may be preparing to strike the Kerch Strait Bridge, according to security and defense analyst Michael Clarke, speaking on Sky News. According to him, Ukrainians love surprises and know that this affects not only the Russians on the front lines, but also the West's perception of Ukraine. Furthermore, Clarke recalled Ukraine recently attacked a number of radar stations and air defense facilities in Crimea. You can create a gap in the air defense curtain and then want to insert something into that gap to get something even more valuable, the analyst said. According to him, this could be some major attack on Crimea, perhaps even a naval landing to unsettle the Russians. And given that Ukraine now has the means to strike deep, an attack on the Kerch Bridge is quite likely, he suggested. At the same time, according to the expert, Ukraine is not yet close to reclaiming its territories and Russia's major offensive has exhausted itself. There's no doubt that the Russian offensive that lasted all summer is now practically exhausted. They're advancing, but it's not strategically significant, Clarke said. He believes that the occupiers have made no progress in northern Ukraine, but have managed to create significant pressure in the Kupiansk region in the northeast. He argues that if the Russians continue to be successful here, this foothold could become a springboard for a second attempt to capture Kharkiv. As previously reported, according to the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, on the night of September the 30th, the Defense Forces destroyed a valuable Russian air defense system in occupied Crimea, a radar station of the Russian S-400 Triumph anti-aircraft missile system. According to Alexander Musienko, a serviceman in the Territorial Defense Forces and an expert, Ukraine is deliberately knocking out air defenses in Crimea in order to demilitarize the occupied peninsula. He argues that Ukraine is thereby demonstrating to the world that Russia is, in fact, the paper tiger described by US President Donald Trump. Another goal of the Ukrainian strikes, Musienko believes, is to increase the ability to strengthen our operations in the Black Sea using both naval and aerial drones. Meanwhile, Russia has come up with a way to protect the Crimean Bridge from Ukrainian drones. To do this, the occupiers are sinking structures called hedgehogs into the sea under the shipping arches, effectively narrowing the fairway. Consequently, only Russian military ships and boats, as well as pilot vessels with maps of underwater obstacles, are allowed to navigate near the bridge.
Plumes of smoke were visible in the distance following an explosion as Palestinians fled on Thursday from the north towards the south of the Gaza Strip. According to Associated Press, it came after Israel's defense minister on Wednesday ordered all remaining Palestinians to leave Gaza City, saying it was their last opportunity and that anyone who stayed would be considered a militant supporter and face the full force of Israel's latest offensive. At least 21 Palestinians were killed across the territory overnight into Thursday, according to local hospitals, as Hamas weighed a new proposal from US President Donald Trump aimed at ending the war and returning the remaining captives taken in Hamas' October 7, 2023 attack. Israel's ensuing operation has reduced much of Gaza to rubble and led to famine in parts. Gaza's health ministry says over 65,000 Palestinians have been killed. The ministry, part of the Hamas-run government and staffed by medical professionals, doesn't say how many were civilians or combatants, but says women and children make up around half.
طلعت تقريبا الساعة 8 الصبح والآن الساعة 2 المساء، أكثر من 8 ساعات متواصلة بس مشي. طبعا مع زوجتي وأولادي وبناتي. نزحنا تحت الضغط والقصف طول الليل، قصف شديد جدا علينا، وطلقناه من الكواد كابتر، اجبرنا على النزوح. الجيش نزل بيان بده ينزل يسكر الطريق، الان الدبابات متواجده يعني على مسافه 300 متر تقريبا عن خط البحر. الدبابات متواجده هناك، اطلقت النار برضه على الناس المتواجده على طريق البحر، وقنابل دخانيه بشكل مكثف. الدبابات الان متواجده يعني مش بعيد كثير، 300 متر بس على طريق البحر، وتقريبا يعني ساعات يمكن يسكروا طريق البحر. هذا السبب خلينا نطلع.
اشتد في العملية أكثر من ما هو هيك مشتد، يعني لسه في أكثر من هيك. حرام عليهم اللي بيسووه فينا هذا. يعني احنا وين بدنا نروح؟ لا في ضل دار ولا ضل حجر ننستر تحتيه. هيك قاعدين نرمي في الشوارع. أنا هنا رايح أجيب لأولادي باقي غراضي والمواعين أدوات المطبخ والأغراض وشوية حطب لنولع النار.
في الحياة محمود.